Hey guys, Paul from Ashen Phoenix. New comic book day for the week of April 5th, and we are going to get started right now.
Alright guys, it's Tim from Capes and Scowls. I'm the comic book store at 30 North Main Street, Glassboro, New Jersey, and I'm wearing my Free Comic Book Day hat, which means it's time to talk about Free Comic Book Day. And as you can see by this sweet flyer, that Jim Zub's gonna be here. He writes Thunderbolts, D&D, Samurai Jack, and Wayward, which I'm sure Paul will mention later. Right, Paul?
I might.
He may. Also, if you come into the store, you'll get one of these sweet flyers, and on the back of it is all the details about our sale. So come on by. Free Comic Book Day is May 6th. It's the first Saturday in May. Put it on your calendar. Be here. You can meet me. I'll be working the register and be really angry. And I may even look up, but I'm probably going to be doing this the whole time. I'm going to be super angry. But don't let that fool you. I still love you.
Come and see cosplayers too.
You can see the cosplayers. They'd probably be here, dressed up as things. Alright, so let's talk about the trades and things that came out today. We have Madwoman of the Sacred Heart, part of the Humanoids series. This hardcover looks awesome. Probably is, but it's shrink wrapped. So I don't know. But hey, you can come by it. We've got SpongeBob. What? SpongeBob? Double SpongeBob. Do I have to explain SpongeBob? I don't think I do. We have We Stand on Guard, Brian K. Vaughan. It's about war with Canada. Who doesn't love that? This book was only released in hardcover previous, so you may have read it, but if not, it's cheaper now. We've got Batgirl and the Birds of Prey. I'm not going to lie, I don't really have a ton of interest in this series. But hey, it's here. And then we got Superman. What's up with the Super Sons? This is like the start of that, so this is a good pickup. We've got our first Volume 2, which is Green Arrow, Volume 2. So these are coming out pretty quick, people, if you want to jump on that DC bandwagon. Now's the time. And we got Lumberjanes, that darling book that everybody loves. That I haven't read, but I'm sure I love it. So there, I love it.
First up today is X-Men Gold issue number 1. I kind of raved about this a little bit early on because it's the same group that did the X-Men Prime issue, so I was already happy with the art. This is basically a reintroduction into the X-Men. It's not a reboot, just kind of a soft reset on the goals. Kitty Pryde is now the leader of the X-Men. It's not really a spoiler because that was in X-Men Prime. And it's a good series. I really liked how it started out. I'm curious how things are going to go and going there. This is almost kind of a one-off issue because we're just getting to the very beginning of what's going on. We're not even sure where the arc is going to take us. So it's a good jumping on point for you guys. If you haven't checked out the X-Men for a while, this is a good issue to check out because also in the back is the timeline. And anybody who is an X-Men fan or has been an X-Men fan for years knows that the X-Men timelines are not easy to decipher. And that's really diehards. Diehards even have a little bit of trouble doing that. So it's kind of a neat how we got started to here kind of point. So definitely check this one out.
All right, my first book is a new Image number 1. It's a book called Black Cloud, and it's written by Jason Latour, who is the guy who draws Southern Bastards. So I wondered how that would turn out, and it turned out pretty well. This book is a little confusing, but not terribly confusing. It focuses on a female character who is maybe a witch, maybe a magician, I don't know. I'm going to go with witch. And she is basically homeless, and she decides to take rich kids on a magical ride to some other dimension kind of thing. It's very interesting. I don't want to give too much away. I wasn't blown away by it, but the upside of this book is huge. They could go all kinds of cool places with it. So I think it's worth checking out. And if you want something different and unique to check out, this is the one.
Next up, guys, Royals issue number 1. Another one that I really liked from the beginning there, dealing with the Inhumans reset following the Inhumans versus X-Men series. Royals deals with the Inhumans, or the Royal Family Inhumans, kind of starting over and moving the Inhumans in a different direction that are going through. It's a little bit time skippy, so it kind of had a really weird premise to start with. Don't really want to spoil too much on it, but if you're a fan of the series, or if you've been a fan of the Inhumans, you might like this direction it's going. there is a big cliffhanger at the end of the first issue. So if you like the direction you're going, you probably won't like how this book is going to progress. But if you're looking for something new, this is definitely something to check out, especially if you have any idea of what's been going on with the Inhumans. Give it a try. And John Boy Myers, his work is awesome. I loved it. The colors really popped on this issue, and he's definitely what drew me to this issue. So I'm very happy that he did, because I probably wouldn't have read it otherwise.
All right, guys, my next book, Captain America, Steve Rogers, that is, number 15. I have not been reading this book. I only read the number 1 that got everybody all fired up because Hail Hydra and all that hijinks. I do like Nick Spencer as a writer, so I said, hey, let's just randomly pick this up. It was also suggested by a customer, Ryan, hello. This was not a good issue to just jump into. There's a lot going on. The Red Skull there's remnants of Axis, which I did not enjoy. Nick Spencer, why did you remind me of Axis? That was really mean of you. Basically, Cap is Hydra, but he's not Hydra. He thinks he's part of Hydra, and Red Skull has Charles Xavier's brain, but now he doesn't have his brain. Let me just say, this was very confusing to jump into, but it was really well done. I enjoyed the flow of the story. It goes between current day and a flashback to World War II. The art was stellar. The book is good. I just shouldn't have jumped in at this point. It crosses over also with Uncanny Avengers. They actually tell you in the beginning, don't read this before reading Uncanny Avengers number 22. That's another reason I kind of don't want to talk about it too detailed, but it was good. It was weird. If you've been following the story, stick with it because this was cool. But if you're just jumping in, go back and then get to this point.
All right, guys, last up, and unfortunately least, Champions issue number 7. I am off the bandwagon. This issue irritated the hell out of me. It's always had that kind of millennial skew to it. It's one of the things I've had a kind of a love-hate relationship with it. Some of the issues have been good, some of the issues have been bad. This is just a bad one. Your champions, your heroes should not be more concerned about what's going on in the world than what's going on Twitter. And during an investigation, you literally have them paying more attention to Twitter than you do what is going on directly in front of them, and it bothers me. And it's just, it's now become too much of a tongue-in-cheek kind of cliche millennial mirror kind of thing. And to me, it's run its course. I might give it one more issue just to see if it bounces back, because for some reason they tend to run down this road and then come back, kind of like mental abuse. Tim laughed. It's an inside joke. Mental abuse, not a good thing, even if it comes from your comic book guys. But if you've been a die-hard fan of the Champions, it's not going to bother you because you're okay with the writing. If you are a casual reader and you skew younger, you'll probably like it. If you skew older, you're probably going to hate it. I wasn't a fan, so I definitely will pass on this issue.
All right, guys, it is time for my pick of the week, which should surprise nobody that it is Rock Candy Mountain, the new Image #1 from my boy, Kyle Starks, who is out of his mind, and that's why we love him. This book is about hobo fighting, and it's fantastic hobo fighting. It involves hobos riding the rails looking for the fabled Rock Candy Mountain. The devil may or may not show up. He totally shows up. And there is a hobo mafia. It is really well done. The writing and the art is all Starks with Chris Schweitzer. I always pronounce his name wrong. He does the colors. The colors are really good. So, basically, there's not a ton of plot development. You just meet your hero. You learn that he is going to Rock Candy Mountain. There's a great explanation of the history of hobos in the back of the book. And perhaps my favorite part was the preview for issue 2, where they explain that they're not really going to do anything to advance the plot, but there's going to be a ton of fighting, lots of punchies, lots of kickies. I like that. If you enjoy Mr. Starks, if you've read Sex Castle, if you've read Rick and Morty, which he does, and any of his other work, you know the zaniness of this man. It's great zaniness. We love it. you should read this book. It is that kind of zany. So, there it is. Get this book.
Building on what Tim said today, make sure you're here on May 6th. Jim Zub is going to be here. And because he's here, we're going to do something. We haven't checked this book out in a long time, but I want to rebring it to you guys. I want to bring it to you guys' attention again. We are doing Wayward, the first trade. Shut up, Tim.
That was so good. Motherfucker, we rebring it.
We rebring it. It's that kind of day. But
It
anyway,
got brought once and we brought it back. We rebrought it.
yeah, it's like refrying a bean. We rebrought a comic.
Just start over.
Yeah, no, I'm going to keep that there.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, Wayward talks about a character named Rory Lane. She is a half Japanese, half Irish girl that is in the middle of a divorce, so she's moving back in with her mom in Japan. While she's in Japan, her powers manifest, and she realizes she's actually the leader of a new group of gods that are basically unnerving the original Japanese gods that are alive and well in Japan. This is an amazing series. I've been a fan of it since the very beginning. Jim Zub does an amazing job writing it. Cummings does an amazing job drawing this. And they, as I've said in other reviews of the individual trades or the individual issues, Japan is not just a setting here. It is almost a character unto itself. They take great strides to make sure it's not just this fantasy world that a lot of people really think that Japan is. It's actually a real place, and real people live there, but there's still these fanciful things that are going on based on the deep mythological ties that are there. It pays a great reference to Japan, and as a result, it makes the book that much better. Highly suggest picking this up. Highly suggest picking up the other trades. There are 4 in total. This first one is $9.99, so it's pretty easy to jump into. It's a great first arc, introducing Rory, Ayane, and the rest of the group. And then as it goes on, we build on that land, and we build on the cultures going on, and then build on cultures of other countries and things like that. Because we all have that kind of folklore, and we all have these ghost stories in America and Ireland and Japan and things like that. And it's great to see these little intricacies play through the book. So highly suggest picking this one up. Come down on May 6th. Get it signed by Jim Zub. He's definitely going to be here, and it's going to be a great time. And that's pretty much it. But we haven't had a giveaway in a couple weeks, so if you want a copy of Wayward issue number 1, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Make sure you subscribe to Capes and Scowls. I will leave a link in the descriptions. Like this video, and then comment with a recommendation that you may have found through our channel. Once we get 10 entries, we'll be giving away one of these. Might do it signed. If you guys want to wait a little bit, I might get it signed.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
But one winner, once we hit 10 entries, will end up with a copy of Wayward issue number 1, either signed or to you in time for you to come get it signed yourself. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks again for another great week, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys next week. Looking forward to seeing you guys here for New Comic Book Day on May 6th. Thanks to our Patreons. Thanks to all our friends and everybody who's been checking out our channel. See you guys next week.